Beam, boom, beam.
So,
Now recording.
now recording indeed. So, before we get into tonight's episode, the first thing I wanted to bring up was I missed that the second issue of Fortnite Zero War came out last week. So I picked it up this weekend and I read it this morning. And I'm assuming Mike hasn't read any of these comics, and I know Dom hasn't read this yet.
Oh, it's sitting right here, but
So
I have not read it.
I will not go into like spoiler beats for what the comics are about, but I will say this, that for the Marvel ones that's on issue 2, I meant to look through because I read the Batman one as well. I meant to look through the Batman one again. I believe anyone that has shown up in the Batman Fortnite run was at some point in the game in some capacity, whether it was a skin you could buy or on the island.
There were way less characters in the Batman run, I think.
Yes, yeah. There were DC characters, and there was, at least that I remember, one non DC character that showed up in the comic that was also in the game at some point. So in the Spider-Man ones, it's interesting because these are coming out after we had that full Marvel related battle pass. I forget what chapter that was, where the end season event was like Galactus. And was it the same season where the end event? No, that was a different season. What was the season where the end event was the mech that you all got into? I missed that event. I didn't get to play it.
The last season?
Was that last season?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Was that
last season.
that was when you like all the 4 characters like show up in like a cut screen, and it was like everyone in different parts of the okay. So I missed playing that. That mech does show up in issue 2 for a reason I won't get into. But I will say it's interesting to see the...
Is it destroyed?
Yes.
So it's what's currently happening on the map, or before the last season? Because it was destroyed on the island before, too.
Yes, but it's not on the island anymore.
I mean, it's currently on the island.
Where is it on the island right now?
There's an arm by Rocky Reels.
I don't know.
And there's a leg somewhere, but I can't remember where. But there's just pieces scattered.
Interesting. I can't picture that. Well, next time we play, I'll have to look for it. But aside from all that stuff, what I think is interesting is that the overall, like, very non-spoilery part of the Marvel run so far is that the Seven and Spider-Man are trying to get Marvel heroes back to the island to assist them beating the IO. In the comics so far, 2 issues, a lot of what they're showing for Marvel heroes are the heroes that were part of that battle pass. So you got She-Hulk, Iron Man, Thor. I don't know if they show Groot, Storm, and Wolverine. All of those characters are predominantly featured. There are a few other heroes that have come to the shop that are also predominantly featured, like Captain Marvel. But what I think is interesting is that there are other heroes that have been featured in at least one of the issues, and then some of them have been featured in so far both issues of this run. So I'm wondering if this is all hinting towards the next Marvel heroes that are coming into the game. So in this so far, Marvel characters that have shown up on pages, not just reference, because there's references to other things, but characters that are drawn and put in scenes, whether they're speaking or not, that aren't available in the game in any way, or from what I remember, have not been on the island even just as NPCs. Shuri, Quicksilver, Vision, Namor, Nighthawk, Echo, and there's one more character in the background, and I'll pull the panel up for you guys so you can see it, but the internet seems to think that it's a hero called Starbang. I don't know who that character is. But it is...
that seems like an odd pull.
So, I mean, is Nighthawk a not an odd pull. I didn't know who that was.
He
I had to like
is, but
I had to basically keep
he's
googling like Marvel heroes and like start
I'm
describing the
familiar
costume.
with Nighthawk at least.
So when the Avengers, at least the Avengers
Is
according
Nighthawk referenced by name
to
in the comic?
no, so there's the character in the back middle with the red hoodie and blue pants. If you're watching the video version, you can see this.
This is an episode. This is an issue 2 because I'm not gonna look at the screen.
No, this is issue 1. Issue 1.
Fuck. I'm not getting up to get the first issue.
But just blue and black pants, red hoodie, yellow hair. Looks like it's either like long hair that's up in some sort of ponytail of some sort, or he's got like a, or could be not a guy. I have no idea. Anyways, that character, but that character didn't show up in issue 2, I don't believe. And not all of these heroes show up in issue 2, but the ones that do show up twice in both issues are Quicksilver, Vision, and I think there was one more. Fuck. Quicksilver, Vision, and then heroes that were in the game at some point already. But notably, Shuri is on the cover of issue 1, but I don't remember her showing up in the comic. But she is in issue 2 with speaking panels, so seemingly going to be a bigger part. And I'm wondering, again, without providing any story beat spoilers for these comics, if Adamantium is going to play a large role. I'm sorry, not Adamantium. Vibranium is going to play a large role in whatever thing they're building up to is, and I'm wondering if that's how they reintroduce these Battle Pass Marvel heroes as like vibranium suit versions of these characters. Because to my knowledge, they've never, any character that was in a Battle Pass, whether it's a third party or original Fortnite or anything, has never become available in the shop afterwards. So I would imagine that's their way around it, is a variant version of those same heroes. Actually, I want to see.
Well, they've done what you're talking about. Like Thor just got added back
as a different
shop,
version. Yes,
but it was a different version of Thor.
I mean, I could
feel like they've done it with Fortnite original characters too.
Yeah, stuff like that, I think is not anything too out of the question. It is vibranium. I wanted to see if it was vibranium or adamantium that they were saying by name. But anyways, I thought that was interesting, and I think I don't know. I know there was that one point, I think it was during the Marvel season, where there was an NPC on the island that was referencing their synthezoid friend, and people were speculating that that was a reference to Vision. So Vision showing up in both of these issues so far makes me think that he is a high candidate for a new skin coming soon. But I mean, I guess I'm also not surprised with someone like Echo, because doesn't Echo have a show coming out on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Shuri's going to be in Black Panther 2. So
yeah. So I mean, I understand why they might be choosing certain characters for that reason. So I don't know if that's also like you could pull some through. I mean, Namor is also supposed to be in Black Panther 2, right?
Likely.
Yeah. So I mean, it's understandable why they're
the common rumor, at least.
Yeah,
I don't think anything's been confirmed to us yet.
Focusing on some of that stuff. So I don't know.
It was cast though, right? Am I wrong about that, or was that more of a rumor thing than a?
I think we know who was cast, but I don't think it was like an official Marvel announcement.
Okay. Because I remember
I think like somebody saw him filming or something. I forget exactly how that happened, but
yeah. So I don't know if there's a thread to pull there to make a leap to Nighthawk or Starbringer. What did I say? Starbrand? Starbrand.
Oh, Starbrand? You said Starbang earlier.
Well, it is Starbrand. So I tried looking at different like comic book versions of Starbrand, and It seems like you could make the leap that that's a like updated young version of Starbrand with that outfit, just based on some of his previous comic book outfits. But
I mean, would it be that much of a stretch for it to be Adam Warlock? Because Adam Warlock's going to be in Guardians.
I mean, I don't see why it couldn't be. I was just going. I couldn't figure out who it was, so I went to the Marvel fandom wiki page that has a list of everyone that's supposedly either shown or referenced in these comics so far, and that's who they list. So that's what I was defaulting to because I couldn't figure out another solution to who that might be, and that's how I like also soft confirmed that it was Nighthawk because I couldn't fully I was like, I'm getting close to what this might be, and then that was what kind of let me settle on that. Anyways, welcome everyone to the Past Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about Fortnite too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Saturday evening is the anime senpai himself, the one, the only, legendary Mr. fucking Cheese, Mr. Michael Dzier. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
It's too damn hot out.
It's very fucking hot. And I didn't bring my fan in here because I think if I have it on it, you can hear it subtly on my recording, and I can't have that.
So what I will say to you, and this is something we'll figure out some other time, there are ways to filter out that sound.
Like with a noise
I'm not
gate?
sure what graphics card. No, I'm not sure if you, like, for instance, I've got a GTX 3070 in my computer, my graphics card, right? And GeForce has some software that they have that you can use to essentially filter out background noise like that, so that way your voice comes out crispy clear.
Interesting. All right, we'll have to dig into that at some point. I mean, hopefully this fucking heat wave goes away. I think we still have a few more days of it at least, but it's been fucking rough. It's been real fucking rough. Anyways, rounding us out tonight is the Disney daddy, the Fortnite father, the Pixar poppy, the Star Wars guy, Dominic Forty. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm here.
Fucking love to see it. Love to fucking
just
hear
love
it.
when Brenden starts a sentence off and he's like, "I'll figure it out when I get there." Star Wars. Okay, what do we got? Guy.
Yeah, guy. I said savant before, but I wanted something new because you get that whole daddy theme. So I was trying to think of something, and I couldn't do it.
I know what you were doing. Believe me, I got it, and I just like watching you fail.
That's fine. I'm used to it. I'm used to failing. Before we roll right into tonight's topics, a couple of housekeeping things. This episode of the Past Control Podcast is sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something hot, something sweet, something tasty, something fresh out of the oven, you can head on down to 1 Washington Square, get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you're unaware of what a fatty is, you can check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. If you will talk about a little bit more here, but if you are interested in Stray and want to check out gameplay, I played for the first hour of that game. It is up now on our YouTube channel, as well as a full playthrough of Sonic Forces and a full playthrough in 2 parts of Babylon's Fall. So you can look for all of that on our YouTube channel. Last bit of housekeeping is that the PTC Movie Club for July is Todd's pick, and it is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So if you want to hear us talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, haven't seen the film yet, you can watch that before next week rolls to an end, because we will be talking about it next week on the next episode. So, with that being said, Dom had texted me this morning, Mike, and he was like, you watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet? And I was like, no, I'll probably watch it tomorrow, or I'm going to watch it the next couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, all right, perfect. what do you think the movie's about? So
Oh.
here's what
This could be a good one. I feel like this could be a good one.
Here's
Yeah.
here's the problem.
I feel like the information about the film was readily available. Like I feel like they, but then
So-
again, Brian's not paying attention.
Yeah, but it's Brenden.
So
Yeah,
I
that's-
know at least that the movie is somewhat based on a true story or maybe an actual person. If you were going to ask me to say who that person is, I don't know. I want to say not Al Bundy.
No wrong answers.
But Bundy. Is Bundy a murderer? Is that a guy that's a murderer?
Ted Bundy is a
Ted
murderer.
Bundy. Okay.
Al Bundy is a fictional
No,
character.
I know who Al Bundy is. That's
Played
why
by
I said
Ted
it's
Bundy.
not Al Bundy. I know it's not Al Bundy. This guy doesn't have his hand down the front of his pants. All right?
Al Bundy scored 5 touchdowns in a single game.
This guy probably
He's
didn't.
also a shoe salesman.
So I don't know if this is about Ted Bundy. I don't know if it's about Charles Manson. Those are the two names I'm throwing around in my head. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Outside of that, I think the movie has Leonardo DiCaprio in it, or it has Brad Pitt in it, or maybe they're both in it. I don't know actually. And then maybe is Margot Robbie also in it?
Okay.
I don't know if you're okaying because I'm correct, or you're just saying okay because you don't want to give me answers.
I don't want
I'm
to give
just-
you any
I'm
hints because I don't want you to know whether or not you're thinking of the right movie.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking
also
about the
the
right
fun part.
movie. I don't know. Part of me is like maybe there are some Western elements to this, but I don't know because I think it's also based on a true story. So I have no idea. Here's what I think the plot synopsis is: the 30-second pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt, no. Leonardo DiCaprio, no. One of these guys is the bad guy. The other guy is his friend.
Okay.
And
But he's not a bad guy? Just one of them's a bad guy?
yeah, he's just hanging out. You know what I mean? He's
Just
good
there for the
friends with
ride.
them. They grew up together. In Hollywood. And
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
that's what I'm saying. Actually, I don't know. I feel like this movie doesn't take place in Hollywood, or maybe it does. I don't know. I'm gonna say just based on the name of the movie that these guys are friends. One of them is a bad guy. They make movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of movies. Maybe they make westerns. They make westerns. Spaghetti westerns.
Okay.
And he kills Margot Robbie. Accidentally on camera, and it sparks this thing where he's like, oh shit, I like to kill people. He's not bad at the beginning of the movie. He's bad at the end of the movie.
We all know that old tale. I killed somebody on film, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably ride horses in this movie at some point. I don't know. That's all I got. I have no idea. I couldn't fucking tell you.
I just had a funny thought to me that might be funny to Dom, and I'm gonna text it to Dom real quick.
Okay.
Feel free to carry on and talk about other things.
So you said one of them is Ted Bundy. Which one of them is Ted Bundy?
I'm gonna change to Charles Manson,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say
Which one of them is Charles Manson?
Okay, hold on. Like this is the movie that Leo finally got his Oscar, right?
Revenant.
No, that was for the
movie.
Revenant.
Oh fuck, that was the bear movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think there's a bear in this movie?
No, I don't think there's a bear in this movie. I think Leo is the top bill. I think Leo is the star of the film, and Brad Pitt is like the. Wait, maybe I do know something about this film. One of these two is the other person's stunt double in the movies. Maybe.
Okay.
That's all I know. If that's this movie. But anyways, that's what I'll be watching that movie this week. So should you if you want to listen to us talk about it and see how fucking wrong I got this film. But anyways, before we get into San Diego Comic-Con shit,
You see?
Um, is it relevant to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Is that why you said it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Um, Mike and I have been playing a little game called Stray. I don't know how far you got, Mike.
Not that far, I don't think. I haven't watched your video, but I think as far as my game save is concerned, I might be an hour in, but I don't know if that's I don't know how that compares to your playthrough so far.
Okay. Well, let's you take the lead then. How are you feeling about this game so far? Was this a game that you were excited about beforehand? Because when you tweeted out that you were, busting out your PS4 to get this game going, I was very excited to see that, but also I didn't know this was on your radar. I didn't know this was a Mikey pick 2022.
I believe when they announced the game initially, I'm like, oh, look at this, a game where you play as a cat. That might be fun. But then they said PS5, and I was like, I'm not going to try and buy a PS5 for this game. So, whatever. One day, maybe I'll get a PS5 and I'll get it. And then I found out it was on PC and PS4. And I was like, oh, all right, maybe I'll get it. So, here we are. Actually, I didn't actually buy it. I ended up upping my PS something for $40, even though the game is $30. I didn't know that. If I knew it was $30, I would have just bought the game. I got PS Plus, Ultra, whatever.
Oh, did you buy like a year subscription to it? Is that why?
Nah, I got like 3 months
Okay.
of PS something.
Gotcha. Well, at least you get PS something. I think there are other games in that catalog now you have access to. I don't know what, because it's a 3-tier system and it's confusing.
It's confusing, and honestly, the only thing I'll probably do with it now that I have it is there were some games that I got through the old PS Plus that I think I couldn't play because I let my thing expire. So I can go back and play those games if I feel like finishing them. Like maybe one day I'll finish Detroit or Shadow of the Colossus.
You only got 3 months to do that, so unless you re-up again. So how are you feeling about it so far?
I mean, I like it. I'm just a cat going around. Thank God I got a little robot with me to talk to other robots. Otherwise, it'd be a very weird game. Like, no one would know what to do with me.
Yeah, so you've at least gotten the robot. B12, I think, is the robot's name.
Yeah, B12. I'm at the part where you need to find some notebooks.
Okay, so you've talked to Mondo or
Momo, I think.
Momo, yeah. So you've talked to Momo.
Momo is the that scary bird lady, right?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So we are close to each other, Mike. I have found 3 of the 4 notebooks. I am struggling to find the final notebook.
I found the 4th notebook, and then I took a nap.
Okay. Like in the game or in real life?
In both.
Okay, fair.
Don't get. I don't want you to. Maybe I'm giving too much away, but I found 2 notebooks. Found a place to take a nap, and I took the nap. I took my little picture and put it on Twitter.
Okay, I have also found that spot.
And then I quit the game, and then when I turned it back on again, because I don't. That was the only problem I really have with it right now is that I do not know when it saves, so I don't know my PS4 might turn off and this whole thing. So when I turned the game back on again, I had basically gone back to the last checkpoint, which was after I found that note. Like after I found a note, but before I got to that spot to nap. So then I played it again, found all 4 notes, went back to take a nap, saw that my checkpoint was 55 seconds ago. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can turn this thing off and do other things.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to trigger saving in the game other than I just pause it to check when the last checkpoint was. I don't know if you quit to the title if it saves.
I don't think it does. I think that's what happens, that I quit to the title when I turn it off. Normally, I let I might leave a game, go back to the home menu and then put my PS4 to rest mode. But I think that one time I decided to just quit to see what happens.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, the game is very atmospheric. It's very good at times subtle music. I think the sound design in general is really great. Like they clearly, like, here's my takeaway for the game so far. It's a game about a cat for the most part, a game where you play as a cat. So at the very baseline, bare minimum, you're gonna hook people in, at least hook people in at first, because people that care about cats or like cats are gonna be like, I want to play the cat game, like flat out. Like, you got them there, and they could have just kept it there. But I will say, based on my own experience with the game so far.
No, Navi left.
Yeah, I was like, is she over here still? Based on my own experience with the game so far, I think they very, very, like, they took their time capturing, like, cat movement, cat sound, cat mannerisms. Like, it is very, very, it is like so much more than just you're playing a game that you're the cat. Like, you're playing a very realistic cat, to the point of, like, even when you're,
it really makes you feel like
yeah. Well, I feel like when you are maneuvering the environment and, like, the way you're interacting with the environment, it seems to, like, it feels believable, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like a cat could be doing the things that I am doing right now. It doesn't feel like this is just a video game where I am a cat and I'm doing video game shit. Like, I feel like I'm doing that. To the point where it's like, you know, you're doing deliberate things when you're choosing to jump up and scratch things and do whatever. But then it's also like, if you jump up on a thing and it has, like, shit everywhere, it's like you knock a bunch of shit over. Or you, like, jump on a piano and it's like just fucking jamming all around. Or there's that one area, I don't know if you went in there, where, like, you jump up on the thing and it's like a computer and you're, like, just standing on the keyboard, and it's just like, I don't know, everything about it is like, this is just a fucking cat. Like, you're just playing as a cat right now.
right.
But I think I get the cosign, and the internet's been popping off with cat, like, people posting videos of their cats reacting to this game. And, you know, I feel like some people just have cats that do interact with the TV, and Navi could give a fuck less about the TV. Like, I don't think Navi has ever cared about anything on the TV, both visually or the noises coming out of it. So last night, I was playing up here in the office, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to bring my PS5 down there. I just want to see, if I play this down here, if Navi reacts to it. And I have never seen her care more about anything happening on the TV. She was fucking laser focused. And it wasn't just like she was hearing a cat meow and, like, looking around the house like, is there a fucking cat here? It was like, if I moved the camera around so the cat wasn't, like, fully centered on the screen, or I even restarted a second save file just because I wanted to see the beginning with multiple cats, if Navi was going to react differently or whatever. And you could see her eyes darting around the screen, and also, like, her head moving to wherever the cats were. Like, she was, whatever they captured with cat movement in the game is legit enough to make Navi give a fuck. Which I thought was very interesting, because Navi, again, doesn't give a fuck about the TV ever.
That is very interesting.
So I don't know, I'm enjoying it. I mean, if you don't care about cats, I don't know if there's still something here for you, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. I mean,
if you still like puzzle, platforming, whatever, you might still get something out of it.
Maybe. I'm still too early. I need to get a little bit further in the game for me to, like, feel good about suggesting that. If I want to be, like, if you have tier 2 or tier 3 of PlayStation Plus, then you have the game. Download it and try it for yourself. If you don't have tier 2 or tier 3 and you're hesitant to spend money on it, you know, I would say look up gameplay video, whether it's ours or someone else's, and just, like, kind of check the game out that way for yourself. Check out someone streaming it on Twitch or something. Or, I mean, when
plug yourself, it's a good way to plug your little play there.
Or, you know, when I get a little bit further, or when we both get a little bit further, you know, we can. I think I would feel more comfortably giving that assessment, either yes or no, if I think there's something more there. I am definitely intrigued by the story. I am actually kind of interested in seeing what is going on in this world. So I'm like, I was desperately trying to find that fourth notebook before we recorded tonight because I wanted to see the next like major story movement in the game.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I know it's a short game, so.
I only got the fourth notebook. I didn't go back to talk. I found the fourth notebook and I happened to be in that same room. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back to that same spot, take a nap, and then turn the game off.
Yeah. So
the one quick thing I want to mention is when I started playing it yesterday, I think before I played it, I knew the brief summary of the game was basically the cat was separated from his family, needs to go back home. And I knew that it was a world of robots. I'm like, what kind of family does this cat have in a world of robots? And the game starts and you see like the cat's family is just some other cats. All right, cool. And I'm like, all right, so then how does this cat get separated from his family? I found out how that happens. I was like, oh, okay. And then you had posted your first hour playthrough. I'm like, all right, let me just quickly see how Brenden reacts to the part where he gets separated from his family, because I want to see if it was the same way that I reacted to it, which was yes. I was like, oh. I was very sad.
I was also very sad. And the next scene where you have to play as, does the cat have a name?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I guess how do we know that? How do we know that the cats don't talk?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say the game is called Stray. He's a stray cat. We'll just call him Stray, which is also the name of the cat in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but that's beside the point.
So yeah. So when you get separated from your family and you have to like limp.
Yeah.
I hated that. I didn't need that. That was too much.
I was bummed out.
Yeah,
that was the other thing that kind of bummed me out was shortly after you get B12, there's a part where you have to like quickly traverse one of those buckets and then get the safe zone, whatever, and get away from the Zorks. Are they called Zorks?
Yeah, I think
that's the cartoon with the straws on their heads, right?
Yes,
it's something with the Z. The Snorks. It is something with the Z, I think. Zorks, I think, maybe right.
Yeah, and I like fucked that up because they had just taught you how to run right before that, and I didn't run fast enough, so I got killed right away. I was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this game if I'm going to keep dying like this. Yeah, that's all I was going to say about that.
Yeah, it's a good game. I'm excited to finish it. I'll either finish it tonight or hopefully finish it tomorrow, just so I can kind of see it through. I don't care about PlayStation trophies. I haven't looked to see how difficult it is, but part of me is like, you know what? The only platinum game that I have on PlayStation is Persona 5 Royal. Stray might be the only other one I get. We'll see. I'm gonna take a look at it and see if it's like something, monotonous to acquire. If not, I don't know. Part of me is like, I kind of want to see this through in that regard, because I think like the average runtime for the game is 4 hours. So, it's not incredibly long. But yeah, I definitely, if you have the top 2 tiers of PlayStation Plus, I would definitely check it out, even if you don't care about cats. I mean, if you fucking hate cats, what's wrong with you? But if you like really don't care about cats, maybe don't check it out. But I think I think the game does a really good job of telling a story through its environment so far, which I'm enjoying. So I'm excited to see where it goes. But that brings us to kind of the other half of this episode, which is San Diego Comic-Con is currently going on, and we weren't invited yet again. I mean, we probably could have went if we really wanted to, but I ain't fucking going to that right now. Everyone's getting COVID again, Mike.
Everyone but me.
Hopefully, but all of us. But as we are recording this live right now, at 8:20 on July 23rd, the Marvel panel is happening as we speak. But as some of this news is rolling out in real time, I guess let's kind of touch on some of the other San Diego Comic-Con stuff that has come out that any of us care about. I think the biggest thing for me has just been seeing a little sneak peek at John Wick 4. looking pretty tasty, looking pretty delicious. I don't know what you
I
guys
like how
think.
a year ago at this point, Brendan was like, "Fuck John Wick,"
Listen,
and now he's like, "Oh shit, John Wick 4?"
John Wick changed my fucking mind. John Wick was fucking great. That's the duality of Todd when he's trying to get you to watch something for so
Was
long.
was Todd Wick even his pick? Wasn't it your pick?
Oh, John Wick was my pick, or it might
Did
have
he
just
Todd
been.
Wick?
He did say Todd Wick.
I kind of love that.
Don't tell Todd that. Todd will never listen to this. He'll never know. Todd has been trying to get me to watch John Wick for fucking ever. When did John Wick 1 come out? John Wick 1 release
2000
date.
and
16, 17?
Nope,
yeah, I was gonna say a little earlier than that actually.
earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say
2014.
14.
2014.
14
October
sounds right.
24th, 2014. So Todd's been trying to get me to watch it for fucking ever, and I'm just always like, I don't give a fuck about action movies. I'll pass. But yeah, John Wick was my pick. We did all 3 movies as my pick, I think, for whatever month we did that. Fucking fuck, man. They're just good. Mike and I were talking a little bit about it before we were waiting for you to get in, before we started recording, but like, we don't have to like go too deep into it, into the woods here, but for someone like me who just actively doesn't really care that much about action movies, the fact that John Wick kind of floored me the way it did, I think not only has now set the bar for me for action movies, but it has also turned me into the situation of like, I don't really want to watch any other action movies because I don't think any of them are going to be as well choreographed as this.
What? I'm sure this is a thing that you were already doing, but what do you consider an action film?
So that's the thing so I said this to Mike. I was like, most of the time, the action sequences in a Marvel movie are the things I care the least about. Like if they're doing cool superhero shit where it's like, interesting to see certain heroes interact, or if it's like a cool story beat built into an action scene, that's one thing. But like, I don't know. I guess I would consider an action movie. Oh,
I still love. No, I was gonna say I still love in the Winter Soldier when Cap and Winter Soldier are like fighting in the street. Like that's like one of the coolest things I've seen.
That is a great scene, but I feel like those types of scenes are few and far between in the MCU.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, do you not agree?
I'm not gonna disagree because I have to sit here and think about all the different ones if I could list them in every single film.
Yeah.
And if I can't, then it probably speaks to your point more than anything else.
I think a lot of action scenes in Marvel movies, which is not necessarily a negative against them, and again, like people like what they like and don't like what they don't like. I think a lot of action scenes in Marvel movies are more spectacle or CGI focused, which again is not necessarily a bad thing. But like that, if we're thinking about the same scene, where isn't it them two and Black Widow all fighting in the street?
Black Widow's already been more or less taken out of commission. I think she tried doing that whole, choke him out with her legs thing, and then it fails, and then Captain America shows up. Winter Soldier's a knife, and he's flipping her around. And
I remember that being a good fight scene. I mean, there are some other ones like I kind of like some of the fight scenes in, I think it's the beginning of Ultron. I think it's the beginning of Ultron where they're in, I don't know.
The beginning of Ultron is they're storming
Castle.
that court in Sokovia.
I forget the name of the characters.
What
Baron von Strucker.
What movie am I thinking of where it starts, I think it's the beginning of the movie, where there's a grenade or an explosion? I don't know what country they're in. And it's like Cap, Falcon, and like maybe two or three other people. Yeah. Is that Civil War?
It's them fighting Crossbones.
Yes, Crossbones. Yeah, I forget. Is that Civil War? Does it begin Civil War?
That should be Civil War.
Okay, yeah. Civil War had some good. I don't know. I don't want to like start dissecting the MCU, but I guess
so we've established that Captain America just has good fight scenes.
I mean,
all right, that's cool.
There we go. I mean, Cap knows how to fucking punch someone in the face.
Do this all day.
Fucking do it all day.
That's what happens when you grow up in the Bronx. Well, actually, he was from Queens, wasn't he?
Just a kid from Queens.
Spidey was Spidey's Brooklyn? From Queens, isn't he?
Spider-Man's from Brooklyn, I think. Are Brooklyn and the
No,
Bronx not the same thing?
I'm confusing myself.
The five
Miles is from Brooklyn, isn't he?
Spider-Man is definitely from the Bronx then. If the Bronx and Brooklyn are not the same, I'm sorry to everyone from New York who listens to the podcast.
They're all different boroughs.
Okay.
We got our fucking full ass out here.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Staten Island. Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Staten Island.
Wait, Staten Island is a borough?
Bronx, Queens, and Staten. From the Battery to the top of... Is Manhattan a borough?
Manhattan. Yes, Manhattan's another one.
I don't fucking know.
Thank you, Beastie Boys.
If Todd was here, he'd be fucking quoting Wu-Tang lyrics to fucking get us the answer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would consider action movie like movies that I don't care about, like stuff like Die Hard, and like that's an action movie, right? Or would that be considered something else?
That's an action
I would consider an action movie.
Yeah, so like stuff like that.
In my mind, we've got romance, comedy, action. I would say sci-fi, fantasy might go together under some larger umbrella, but you could break them down to sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's another one I want to like documentary, I suppose.
Yeah. Like I don't personally care about stuff like Rambo or like I don't know. I just like none of that stuff ever really piques my interest. And maybe there are movies in those like in the genre or in like subgenres of action that I would like. I just typically nothing about that is appealing to me. As someone who also just doesn't typically watch a lot of movies. But like I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once the other day, and that movie's fucking incredible, and the action and choreography in that film is fucking insane. Has anyone else watched that movie or no?
Still haven't finished it. I also don't know if I would.
It is probably not an action movie. I don't know. It has really good action scenes and has really good choreography. But I don't know if I would consider that an action movie. It's probably a thriller or I actually think one of the taglines or like one of the genre marking words on it when I pulled it up on Plex was comedy, which I guess I can see. But fuck, Mike, you haven't watched it yet?
No, I think I started it and I never got around to finish.
I'm very curious to see what you both think.
And by starting it, I mean I barely started it.
It's really good. It also will never make you think about hot dogs the same way ever again. So,
I love my glizzy.
Be prepared for that.
Hot dog fingers.
Yeah. Okay, it gets worse. It gets fucking worse.
The directors came out with hot dog fingers on during an interview. Yeah. So.
But it's a good movie. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't typically care about action films. I mean, I've seen stuff like I was saying to Mike before. Like I've seen like old Jet Li movies and stuff, and like again, I like some of that stuff. But I just
Brenden doesn't like. All right, ready? Brenden doesn't like action films.
Mm-hmm.
He does not like horrors.
Oh, I definitely don't like scary stuff. Like
he doesn't like.
I don't really like suspenseful movies. I think I'm
essentially going to boil it down to Brenden likes comedies and fantasy.
Yes. Yeah.
He loves drama and romance because he loves a walk.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Oh, easy.
That is true.
I mean, I don't know. I would probably not like a Walk to Remember anymore, Mike, because I'll tell you what. This Is Us made me fucking not care for Mandy Moore anymore.
For Mandy Moore?
Like, at all. Like, all set with Mandy Moore.
It was on TV, and I was watching it. Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon, and I don't remember what the name of the movie is, but
he's dead, right? Or she's dead? One of them's dead?
She's in a coma, and she's talking to him. It was the most bizarre concept for a film.
We must have both turned the same channel on because I've seen parts of that movie from it being on TV. I forget what it's called. It was the most
bizarre concept for a movie. And it's based on a book apparently. But yeah, she's in like a coma and she's like talking to Mark Ruffalo, and Mark Ruffalo has to convince her family not to let her die.
Yes.
Just like heaven.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, guys.
Oh, is that the name of the movie? Just Like Heaven?
Just Like Heaven, yeah.
Okay. Just Like Heaven.
Yeah.
John Heater's also in the film. Okay.
There are a lot of people in the film.
Did not know he had a career still. Yes, I mean, I say still, even though It's a 2005 film, so I think that's
That
the
was
same
like
year
the
as Napoleon
that was
Dynamite.
like the prime of his career. Yeah.
Prime Johnny. Yeah. What was I gonna say just now? I was gonna say Just Like Heaven's on Netflix. I lost it. It doesn't fucking matter. It couldn't have been important. Oh, you know what? I remember what I was thinking now. I was thinking about that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer's watching a movie and is like, "Oh, if I'm in a coma, I need someone to pull the plug on me so I don't whatever." He's like, I haven't seen the end of the film yet, but I'm gonna need a lane to pull the plug for me if I'm ever in a coma. And then you watch the end of the film, it's like, oh shit, don't pull the plug on me.
What was that? What movie was it? Do you know?
Something Darkness. It was the same one where George is like, he needed to come back, and he's like, well, the drugstore called and they're running out of you.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty good line.
It's great.
So yeah, I don't know. John Wick 4 looks good. I'm excited for that.
Oh, there we go. Never mind.
I don't know. Would either of you consider it like another movie? If John Wick is being considered an action movie, is there another action movie that either of you would consider better?
I mean,
First Matrix.
First Matrix pretty good.
Oh,
I would consider
I wouldn't
action
consider
and
Matrix
sci-fi.
Yeah, I would consider them sci-fi movies. See, it's tough because I don't know. This is all stupid, is what it is.
There's a Venn diagram of
Yes.
sci-fi and action, and Matrix is like dead center, and it's perfect.
But I don't know. It's the choreography is like straight up like.
Yeah, and I think the choreographer for the Matrix is the same guy that directs the John Wick films.
But I also would say that the action scenes are probably overall better in John Wick. Especially if you can get into like,
I don't know. A lot of it was CGI in the Matrix,
and maybe that's part of it.
Or I don't know. The first one wasn't a ton of CGI.
Yeah,
they got progressively worse.
I mean, some of those fights in 2 and 3 are real fucking bad. Like, I still don't understand when he's in that area. I think it's after he's talking to the Oracle at the bench, and he's fighting like 8 million fucking Agent Smiths. And there's like a bowling sound. Like, why?
The bowling ball effect when he kicks one of the Smiths into the other Smiths. Yeah, I know.
It's
weird.
There are a couple of ridiculous
I can't
parts.
think of that scene without picturing a million Sean William Scotts.
Is that from the MTV
Wet
movie
Willie?
Yeah.
Mr. Timberlake.
I don't know. For all its ridiculousness, and I've already watched Matrix 4 twice. I actually have been getting that. Especially after watching the John Wick 4 teaser, I have like another big hankering to rewatch Matrix 4 again. I really like that movie.
I did not, but I also meant to rewatch it in order to solidify my opinions on it, and then I spaced out.
I think it has the tough position of being one of those films where it has to like sort of be a soft reboot to like arguably a legendary trilogy.
The Matrix 4 to me, now that I think about it, is what I imagine the Matrix Reloaded is to a lot of other people, in that you already had a pretty concise story, more or less concluded, and then like, all right, let's do another.
There's this completely other universe happening inside the story that you just watched.
Let's try this again. I know we wrap things up in like a nice little bow, but what if we untied that bow?
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I like some of the stuff with. I pretty much like the stuff that was with. I keep wanting to say John Wick with fucking Neo and Trinity. I liked this stuff going on with them. Whether it's like
because you like romance films,
100%. I mean,
we get it.
I mean, listen, if I have to like fucking make a dissertation on the fact that the Matrix trilogy is a fucking long romance movie, because it absolutely is. The whole motivation for Neo is Trinity. Like, that's it. That's his motivation. I have
been thinking to myself, I'm like, what am I going to pick next month? Because I feel, for the most part, have I been picking movies I've already seen before? I think so.
I think mostly, yeah.
Mostly. I can't remember if
no, because you were picking stuff off of your list for a while, weren't you?
I don't think I ever got around to it.
Oh, okay.
No,
For
the
some reason, I
first
thought
my
you
first
hadn't
pick
seen
was
that Mission Impossible yet when you picked it.
no, I had seen it.
Okay.
I was like, I picked it because it was like a film that I would see on TV, and I would just sit down and watch it every time it
Okay.
came up on TV. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna pick next, and now I'm thinking to myself, do I pick the Lake House? Do I pick the Lake House?
I don't know what that's. I don't know what that is.
It is a Keanu Reeves film. It is 100% a romance movie, but also like one of the strangest time traveling films of all time, probably.
I mean, you can pick whatever you want, Mike. I will say this though, I'm still on the fence if I think Keanu is actually a good actor.
Is it a spoiler to say that it's a time traveling film?
I kind of wish he didn't, just
remember.
because I want to see what Brenden would say if I said, "All right, Brenden, what do you think the plot of the Lake House
Yeah,
is?"
don't bring it back up again.
Well, I think now he's going to be even more confused.
Maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see if you pick that. Even if you don't pick that, remind me to watch that movie.
I'm gonna see
at
if
some
it's
point.
I'm gonna see if it's streaming, and I might just pick it. Because
This
I don't want to do the whole...
this website they did top 50 action films of the last decade or whatever the list is. I don't know, but Fury Road came in first.
I've never
Fury Road is a
never
good
seen any
movie.
Max.
I'm gonna say Max Payne.
I was gonna say Max Payne.
Fury Road, Crouching Tiger, The Raid, Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2, they just got lumped together. And then Fallout. Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay.
And John Wick Chapter 2 is number 6.
Look, Fallout was good. I think it was hyped up for me too much. I think it's still a good film, but I thought I was gonna be more blown away when I walked away from it.
Fallout was 6.
Fallout was the most. I think it's 7. I think it's the most
7.
recent one, the one with Henry Cavill in it.
Okay. Oh, the one where he like
Yeah, he cocks his arms.
he reloads his arms.
Yeah.
Speaking of Henry Cavill, he was supposed to be at the DC panel.
Yeah, people were saying that. I don't think
The
he was.
DC panel, but he did not show up to the DC panel. So my thought was, what if Marvel got him?
To play what?
To play what? I don't know. Sentry.
I heard Sentry would be a good one, actually, because I heard, not that I heard, someone I was speaking with wanted him to play a certain character, and I won't say what the character is. I believe it's I like the idea of him playing this character for a couple reasons, but I know he can't for another reason, and I cannot go any further. I know I'm going to text you, Dom. I can't tell Brenden shit.
Wait, why can't you tell me?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Oh, is it a Thor spoiler?
Who knows?
Okay.
Oh, is it that character?
Yes.
Okay. I think Brenden already knows that character's there.
I don't know anything about Thor. I know nothing about Thor.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
I don't know anything about the movie. I don't know anything about the plot. I don't know anything
I think
about
Todd knows stuff.
I don't know anything
because
about
Todd-
either post or mid credit scene. I know nothing. I have somehow the internet hasn't really talked about the movie in a way that has popped up in my vision. So hopefully,
because the internet doesn't really like the film.
That's the only thing I've seen, is that it seems like everyone hates the movie, which is unfortunate. But I guess, I mean, we're coming up on the hour mark. I don't want to like go too long unless we really want to talk about San Diego Comic-Con shit.
Yeah.
But is there anything else other than the Marvel stuff that we'll get to just in just a minute that anyone wants to talk about in regards to San Diego shit?
Let's see. What do we
Other than the Marvel stuff?
Yeah, and we'll end on Marvel.
I don't know. I'm glad Black Adam is gonna finally come out.
Yeah, didn't The
It's only
Rock
been,
show up in like in a full
10
fucking
years?
costume too?
Yeah.
Like TMNT Cowabunga collection got a release date. I think it's August.
Yep, I saw that. I
August
got an email
30th.
that my pre-order is being
date
prepared
changed.
or whatever it is. Yeah.
I don't. Some of the stuff, like, I don't know if it was like announced somewhere at Comic-Con or it just happened to be announced this week, but like Lord of the Rings trailer. I like Lord of the Rings. I'm hopeful that the show will be good.
The There's a bunch of money poured into it, right?
Yeah.
I still haven't watched any of the trailers for it.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I watched the most recent one. I think Mike shared it. I'm assuming it was related to Comic-Con.
I did what now?
I think you're the one that sent it to the group. I don't think Todd did.
I sent a lot of things. I wasn't listening to what were
Lord of the Rings.
That's
Ring of Power.
Oh
Rings
yeah,
of Power.
I might have sent it. They definitely did a new trailer. I don't remember if I actually sent it, but if you guys have watched it, then I must.
I have watched the newest trailer that just came out. It's one of these things where it's like, I'm gonna watch the show when it comes out, so I'm kind of just like, I don't personally need more information on trailers. I'm gonna watch it and hopefully enjoy it. So, my excitement for that hasn't changed. A new trailer being released doesn't really do anything for me, personally. I know some people were pissed that new National Treasure thing doesn't have Nicolas Cage in it or something.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
yet.
I don't.
LeBron got added to multiverses, and Rick and Morty I think are also coming.
Rick and Morty are coming, and then the rumor is, because I think whoever initially leaked that those characters are coming also had mentioned, well, I think we knew Gandalf was going to be in it, but I think
It was in the original trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Ted
Yeah,
Lasso.
Ted Lasso is on that list too.
The guy.
I mean, if Ted Lasso gets added, I'll play the game.
Why not? It's fucking free. What do you mean?
I think it's still in.
Like
I think it's still in a private beta. I think it opens up soon to public. I think you have to get invited.
You can watch. Yeah, you can watch an hour of somebody playing it on Twitch and get access.
Gotcha. I don't know if I care that much. I'll just wait. I think it's coming soon to.
You might be able to get into it anyways.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
If it works the same that Overwatch 2 did.
Gotcha. I don't think that there's too much else, again, until we get into the Marvel stuff, that I personally have like cared about. Was there any major Star Wars announcements that I missed?
Well, there was a bunch of Hasbro like toy announcements, but I don't think there was any like film or TV stuff. Was there anything else that either of you cared to talk about? I mean, I'm sure there were Star Trek stuff, but that's out of my wheelhouse. So.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the Picard stuff for the next season, Dom? I mean, a bunch of the actors from. I did not. Generations back.
Oh
yeah. They got basically anyone besides Wesley Crusher I think is there, and whoever Whoopi played. So Worf, Geordi, Beverly. Riker. I think there's someone else I'm forgetting. If Riker's there, then what's her face is probably there too. Troy. Deanna Troy. That's what's forgetting.
There's a new trailer. I don't know if it was also a new announcement for Dragon Ball Super movie, Mike.
Yeah, the tickets are out on sale now.
Was this like just a new trailer, or was this like a brand new, like, hey, this is a new thing coming, or were you aware of this?
What happened to me?
Internal temp high. Your camera overheated, maybe?
I guess so.
Wow. No video.
It's that hot, yeah.
It's pretty hot in my room. So
there is a lot happening at this Marvel panel right now. By the way.
I know. We can get into it in just a minute. Unless you have nothing really to say about fucking Dragon Ball, Mike.
Yeah, Dragon Ball. Yeah, I think just a new trailer. Not much more to say than that.
The stuff that has been shown and talked about for the DCEU is that, like, I still have barely seen any of the DC movies. I don't really have an interest in a lot of the stuff they're putting out. I don't know if any of the stuff here is going to change my mind about that. I still haven't seen Shazam 1. I don't know if I really care about a new Shazam movie. I like The Rock.
Shazam to me, I feel like I've said it before, but Shazam to me was maybe the closest DC has come to like a Marvel sort of film, and I think it's enjoyable. Out of all their films, it's probably like the one I would recommend.
It's on HBO.
It should be on HBO Max.
I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out then at some point. Like, I never watched Aquaman. Everyone knows.
I don't expect you to walk away loving it or anything. just because I know you as a person. I don't think you'd be like, oh yeah, it was good. But I think I think you would see, like, okay, yeah, that was fine. If
Yeah.
I were to put it into like my Marvel, if I were to like compare to other Marvel films, it
Yeah.
still wouldn't be like top tier or anything, but like it would be a respectable
Yeah, like
film.
joking conversations aside, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there, just like when it comes to fucking, PlayStation versus Xbox or whatever other bullshit you want to fucking talk about, Pokemon versus Digimon, whatever you want it to be. I'm sure there are plenty of people that don't like Marvel and or don't like DC because I like Marvel, I can't like DC, whatever. Like that bullshit aside, like, and I'm sure I have probably made jokes on the podcast before about like DC's trash, whatever, Marvel's good, whatever that may be. Like those stupid jokes aside, I just don't like, nothing coming out of the DC movie universe has looked interesting to me. Like even to the point where like I kind of wanted to give Peacemaker a shot, but I haven't watched the fucking Justice League movie, so I feel like I can't even do that. So
you don't have to watch the Justice League movies.
Yeah, it was still like a fine.
He's only in the Suicide Squad, and that movie was actually worth watching.
Oh, that's what I meant. Suicide Squad, not Justice League. Sorry. Yep. I don't know what's happening now because now Dom's camera's frozen and Mike's block has completely moved.
I'm moving on my screen.
Yeah, Dom is frozen for me, but I know what happened because like I think it wasn't my camera that overheated. I think it was my capture card. So I unplugged the capture card because it actually is pretty hot.
Gotcha. Do you go in, like you have everything set up through your capture card? I mean, we have to go into that right here, but
yeah, I forget because you're different because I gave you my Elgato to plug your camera into.
My camera, no, my camera goes into my computer directly.
Really? I don't know how you pulled that off. Anyway.
I think. I don't know. Dom, maybe just click your camera on and off and see if that kind of like refreshes it for me or something. Are you able to just hit video, Mike, even if it's not going to show anything, just so the box is kind of realigned?
Here's what I'll do. I'm going to just turn on my other... I'll just pick my other camera. Don't worry about it.
This is... Anyways... But yeah, I don't know.
This is a high quality stuff.
This is
right?
ridiculous. But yeah, nothing from the. I don't know. Nothing for me personally has really kind of caught my interest on the DC side of things. I want the movies to be good. I would like to, fucking have more movies to enjoy. And maybe there are some that are already out that I would enjoy. I just haven't really given them a shot. Maybe I'll change that soon and give them another revisit. But yeah, do you guys got anything else, or you want to just hop into the Marvel shit that's happening as we speak?
Let me think. What else?
I don't know if Dom's mic is off now. I'm not really sure what's going on.
They'll come back. So we talked about John Wick. We talked about some of the DC stuff. Like I mentioned, there was a Sandman trailer that just came out. They did Black Adam, which I don't think they showed. They showed some new things, but not like a lot for me to really parse it more than the previous trailer. And yeah, I think that's all we really got going on.
All right, it's back in business. So yeah, we can switch over into Marvel. I guess I kicked things off with just saying they kind of revealed a roadmap for Phase 5, which has Quantumania, February 17th, 2023. A Disney Plus show called Secret Invasion for spring 2023. May 8th, 2023 is Guardians. Is it 3?
Should be.
Okay.
It would be the third Guardians.
I couldn't remember if there was already a third Guardians. My brain is fucking fried. Followed by summer 2023, an Echo Disney Plus show. As well as in summer 2023, a Loki season 2. July 20-something. The Marvels, which I am excited about. November 2023, Blade. Fall 2023, an Ironheart Disney Plus show. Winter of 2023/24, Agatha Coven of Chaos. I'm curious to see what that show ends up being because, from what I understand, that show was created off of the popularity of the character from WandaVision. So this is going to be something that probably is kind of just like going to be its own little thing, I would imagine. Daredevil Born Again, Disney Plus show, spring 2024, which I think a lot of people are probably excited about. I don't know how you guys are pumped about that one or no.
I need to finish the 3rd season, but I mean, yeah.
People were really excited when Charlie Cox came to the MCU, so.
Yeah, but people, yeah, I know. That was, I forget if we had talked about it back when you finally got around to watching No Way Home, but my curiosity had been, given that you did not watch the Netflix shows, I don't think you did at the time.
I still haven't.
If you had cared.
I haven't watched any of them.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you would care about him being in the movie that much. And what that potentially meant. I don't know if we talked about it.
We may have. I don't know if we did or not. I mean, I can quickly just say, having no tie to the Netflix MCU shows or Marvel shows, because I didn't watch any of them really. I may have watched a couple episodes. I think I actually watched the first couple episodes of Daredevil when it was out, but it didn't really stick. I like when new heroes come to the MCU, so I was excited for Daredevil to be in the mix. And people like Charlie Cox, so I'm like, okay, cool. This will be hopefully a good rendition of Daredevil in the MCU. But I mean, his appearance in that movie was not throwaway, but it was like, you know, it was nice for the people that care about the Netflix shows and care about Charlie Cox. But for me, it's like, this scene almost had nothing to do with the entire plot of the whole movie. They never really went back to the fact that he was, you know, in trouble with the law. Right? Yeah. Like, they kind of just dropped that entire story beat. Like, it never really played into the plot of the movie at all.
Yeah, because Matt Murdock showed up and said, hey, listen, they don't have a case against you. You're fine. Stark is in trouble, and they're not going to be able to help you throughout the rest of the film, but you are good.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Captain America New World Order, May 3rd.
Charlie Cox is also going to be Daredevil in the freshman year cartoon. And
yeah,
Peter will have already dealt with, like, he will have already fought alongside Daredevil. So
that, I mean, that's a whole nother, we can get into that show in a second. So Captain America New World Order, May 3rd, 2024. And then Thunderbolts, July 2024. Which Thunderbolts is a movie and not a TV show, according to this graphic. So that is an outlook of Phase 5, what they talked about today. So the Spider-Man freshman year show, which is an animated Disney Plus show, the internet seemed to be going nuts over that today, because they showed, I don't know if they showed a trailer or just screenshots, but they showed a lot of stuff that led some people down the path of, like, why are the Osborns here? All these things. So, like, some people were confused as to if this is, like, MCU canon, or if it's a different timeline, or if it's just not related at all, or what.
As far as I know, it's just supposed to take place before Homecoming.
Gotcha. I mean, I don't know. I have no strong opinion about it. I just saw a bunch of people, like, losing their shit over that today. So what else is going on with Marvel that we need to talk about?
They talked about the new X-Men 97 show yesterday, the Iron Groot show. Was that it for Marvel Animated? Spider-Man, Groot, X-Men? Anything else?
I mean, I think the bigger stuff is what's happening currently at Hall H.
It is.
Yeah. Let me go back. I sent you guys a trailer just now. I haven't sat down to watch it yet because it just came out, but the She-Hulk stuff.
She-Hulk has gotten a trailer. Guardians has gotten a trailer. Ant-Man has gotten a trailer.
Yep.
Secret Invasion has gotten a trailer. I don't know that they're all public, but those have all happened.
It sounds like some of those were just Hall H ones.
Yeah. So
Oh wait, here's your first Ant-Man trailer stuff. Hold on, I will
there's
get that for you in just a second. Oh,
there's
maybe we'll
also a Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania poster, and then this thing I'm clicking on right here says Ant-Man and the Wasp will have Kang the Conqueror, MODOK, and Bill Murray. Is Bill Murray supposed to play someone, or is Bill Murray just himself?
I don't know. He's in
I
the
think he's
trailer
playing
apparently
somebody.
though.
All right.
This does not have the trailer.
Interesting. I mean, I'm excited. I don't know where you guys are standing currently with the state of the MCU, where things are at, where this phase is at, and kind of what we can look forward to with all this stuff that's on the pipeline. I'm in a stage where I'm mostly happy. I like this kind of. We don't really have a full clear picture of what the overarching threat is. We have some ideas of what they could be building to. We have some ideas of what they're probably going to be, at least in mini arcs, building towards. I like that they're introducing a lot of people into the MCU, and they don't all seem to be aware of each other or interacting with each other just yet, which is exciting to me because at some point they're going to build up to some of that stuff. I kind of liked Miss Marvel when it ended. I liked it overall. I probably liked it a little bit more than Moon Knight. Moon Knight I was a little hit or miss with on certain points. I liked the stinger at the end of Miss Marvel, so I'm excited for that storyline to continue in future MCU projects. I don't know where you guys are at with the state of things currently and what we're getting in the coming 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with what they've shown. I was expecting them to announce some Avengers title, but I'm not broken up that they're not. I think they're still just kind of setting up more characters.
I was under the impression I thought I had read that Kevin Feige said there would not be something called the Avengers for quite a while.
Maybe he did say that. I didn't read it. I wasn't aware of that.
Did I send you guys the thing about the copyright leaks?
Yes. The ones with Avengers titles, right?
So the list had things that actually got confirmed today. I can't find the original list. Yeah, so this has 5 trademarks on it, and 2 of them got revealed today. And then there was a second list that I didn't send to you guys this morning. And there's more. There's 4 more. None of them got revealed today, but my guess is that the Avengers group stuff wouldn't get announced until D23 anyways.
Gotcha. When is that? When is D23?
I guess we'll never know. And that's a wrap, folks.
You'll never know. I still can't find that fucking. I'm trying so hard to find that.
Yeah, I have no idea where we got that from. It sounds so familiar, but I might just be picturing Dom saying it.
But it is from something. It is like, oh, Dom dropped out of the call completely. It is from something. It's like, you never know. Like, there's a line that comes before it.
Yeah, I really can't remember what it was.
I'm gonna have to find out that. I'm gonna have to scroll through the fucking podcast again and find the episode where we are saying that at the beginning and see if Dom says the full
line
part of that.
I'm still looking for. Oh wait, my camera.
But when Dom gets back in here, unless we have other stuff to say about
No, I mean they're announcing a bunch of stuff like the High Evolutionary is going to be in Guardians, and What was that coming from?
I don't know. I heard it. I heard noise too, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, that might be Dom's microphone. Maybe it's me. I'm freaking out. Anyway, yeah, Baby Rocket's in the new Guardians. A bunch of other stuff. I think Matt Murdock might be in the She-Hulk trailer, but again, I haven't got the chance to sit down and watch it.
Murdoch is in the She-Hulk trailer, and apparently they've come out and said that Abomination, Wong, and others, I think, is how they... Hulk, Abomination, Wong, and others, but they didn't give names.
Mm-hmm.
For... What is this for?
She-Hulk.
Ah, that's right. Whoops. All right. Well, if that's all we got for Marvel stuff, we can do back of the box and close things out. Unless you guys have anything else to say about that stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys talked about with Guardians.
Mike just said the high Velociraptor or something. I don't fucking know.
The High Evolutionary is...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there in costume.
I don't know who that person is.
Gamora's head of the Ravagers, but doesn't remember anything. Young Rocket. Butch Groot.
Well, when you say Gamora doesn't remember anything, isn't the Gamora that's left in the MCU the one from a different timeline?
Right.
Yeah. So it's not they don't remember anything. It's a different Gamora.
Yeah, well...
Okay.
To Quill, she doesn't remember anything.
Fair.
They show Adam Warlock, apparently. There's new Guardians costumes. Apparently the movie is about Rocket. Like, the Rocket's origins.
Interesting.
Which makes sense if High Evolutionary's there. I'm guessing that he'll probably be the one that's, like, was running the experiments.
Well, I'm excited. The MCU is exciting to me. I don't have MCU burnout. It's like my big TV show. That's always there. It's always there for me. I will say, before we play What's in the Box, I watched The Bear. It's very fucking good. And it is a quick watch. There's only 30-minute episodes. It is a very good show. I would highly recommend watching The Bear. Not a superhero show. It's about...
Apparently they've made Phase 6 announcements.
Like, shown movies and stuff that are going to be a part of it?
Fantastic Four will kick off Phase 6.
Interesting. Let me, Oh, there you go. Just announced in Hall H. Marvel Studios' Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in theaters May 2nd, 2025.
That was also on the list of copyrights that I was...
Marvel. So it looks like they are naming these phases. This phase is called the Multiverse Saga. Or this group of phases is called the Multiverse Saga. That's what they just said. Marvel Studios Avengers Secret Wars in theater November 7th, 2025. So we're getting two Avengers movies in 2025.
So you get Invasion. These are Secret Wars. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So we're getting
I got my secret confused.
Kang Dynasty and Secret Warriors are both in 2025. Fantastic Four, November 8th, 2024. And I wonder if they're going to say anything about who's playing Fantastic Four characters.
Mr. Richards.
Fantastic Four.
Or steak.
Interesting. Damn, Marvel's fucking going off right now. A lot of announcements. How much longer? How much more time is left in Hall H? Like,
none. I believe it was supposed to be an hour.
Okay, so this is just probably the internet catching up with.
I think they started late because the fire alarms were going off, but...
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, there you go. You get two Avengers movies. 5 minutes ago I said none, and here you go. Well, when was Endgame? What year was that? 2019?
20... Yeah. 2017. Yeah,
Oh,
2017 was
2017?
Infinity War. No, it was Infinity War.
Oh, so
2019 should be.
29. No, it wasn't a 2-year
Was
gap
it?
between.
Was it a year? Then it might have been 2018. I feel like 2017
Endgame
was.
release date.
I feel like Infinity War was
Endgame
2017.
Endgame was April 26, 2019.
Check Infinity War.
Infinity War. I think they were only a year apart. I typed in the wrong thing, and it said 1947.
That's a long gap.
Yeah, it's 2018.
2018. I
yeah,
thought it was 17 for some reason.
So I mean 2019. So 6 years. 6 years is a long time for an Avengers movie.
Yeah, we're getting 2 in the same year.
Interesting. I wonder if that's gonna wrap up the multiverse saga. Like, I wonder if Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars are like the bookends to, or the bookend to, the multiverse saga.
That would make sense to have a war of all of the. If they're doing Secret War where it's just people from the multiverse fighting each other, then that would make sense.
So,
especially if one of the movies is called the Kang Dynasty, and we learned from Loki that Kang is partially the reason for the multiverse.
Okay.
Or like he was the reason that they were trying to shut down the multiverse, I guess.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, we're definitely gonna find out. I mean, I haven't seen Thor, obviously, so I don't know if there are things that everyone else already knows that I don't know. But we'll definitely find out more about what's
Kang
leading
Dynasty and Secret Wars will conclude Phase 6, with Phase 4 through 6 being the Multiverse Saga.
There you go. I think, if Thor didn't do any of this, at the bare minimum, when we get Ant-Man, Quantumania, we're going to at least start to move towards that path of leading up to Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty. Interesting. So I wonder who's going to lead the Avengers. Is it going to be Captain Marvel, Falcon, and I don't know. Like who and Thor? I don't know. Who's going to take the leadership roles? Captain Marvel's got to be one of them. That's definitely who they're trying to position as an important figure.
I don't see her doing it only because of her being so hands off with she's so busy dealing with shit in the universe that I don't see her being like, hey,
but
guys.
now it's the multiverse.
Yeah.
So maybe she has to step
in.
I
think did both of you or either of you finish Miss Marvel or no?
Yes.
We finished it. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that, which is the end of that, which is leading into the Marvels. I think that is gonna.
I think that's just gonna be the plot of the Marvels.
Well, that too, but I think it's gonna also give Carol a reason to be maybe more focused on Earth.
Yeah, but Monica's gonna be on Earth probably. So.
I mean, Captain Marvel's definitely going to be included in these movies. If she takes a leadership role in the Avengers, maybe not. So then who would be in those roles? Because is it going to be Falcon?
I don't know, because I don't know what is going to be the Avengers. Like, are the Fantastic Four going to show up? Are they going to be in the Avengers? Like,
yeah,
we're getting a bunch of characters that are in the comics Defenders. Are we going to get a Defenders team?
Yeah.
Or are we just going to have everybody lumped under the Avengers still?
I don't know. I mean,
who did Captain Marvel oppose in Civil War 2? Who was the other side? It was Captain Marvel versus who?
Is this a comic book question?
I don't know. I keep picturing. I keep still picturing Iron Man, but I don't know.
It might be War Machine. It might be
okay. Maybe that's it.
Do we really think Don Cheadle's War Machine is going to be a big factor in these movies?
Oh, maybe it was just Iron Man. Maybe people just don't like Iron Man.
I mean, it could be a multiverse Iron Man, though. It could be just another Tony Stark. You know what I mean? Like, it could just be...
I forget what the plot of Civil War 2 was. I don't remember.
I don't remember what they were arguing over.
Interesting. I don't know. I mean, Doctor Strange is probably going to be a very important role at some point. I don't know if he's going to lead the Avengers.
It was about the Inhuman that can see the future. It was
Oh yeah,
it was the plot of something else.
It was the plot of Minority Report.
There we go. Yeah.
With the heroes that are currently things in the MCU that we're aware of, is there anyone else that could be labeled as a mutant that is in the MCU other than what we know so far? Or just could either, like, throughout this lead up to this phase, it seems like there's no, unless the X-Men 97 show gets pulled into the mix in some sort of way, like it seems like the X-Men are going to still stay sidelined for now, unless they show up through multiversal ways and don't have their own movie.
There was a rumored leak. I don't know how much you want to.
I mean, if it's a rumor, we could whatever. If you really don't want to hear the rest of this, just fast forward a couple.
No. There was a title that said that Marvel's making a film called The Mutants.
Oh. I mean,
I don't know if they didn't show. Like, I don't know if Phase 6 is. There's more to Phase 6 that we're not seeing.
It's possible. Yeah,
like,
it's possible.
And that's like a D23 announcement, and they don't want to like show all their cards right now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence that Deadpool and Logan got added to
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus this week, especially after last week. After watching Miss Marvel, like, I think they're going towards something. I assumed that was going to happen today, that we were going to find out what the future of the mutants are, but
I think
maybe it's a D23 thing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there are at least other Disney Plus shows that we don't know about potentially that are going to be included in these phases.
I'm still confused as to what the Howard Stern thing is like.
Yeah.
He made it sound like he was already filming it like this summer. So I feel like we should know about whatever it is by now.
He was saying what, Doctor Doom or something, right?
He was saying that he was in a Doctor Doom project.
Where is that picture of the phases? Is there any of these things that are announced that would make sense for Doom to be there?
No.
Prior to a Fantastic Four thing?
I mean, yes, but that is something that is a leak that I don't know that anyone wants spoiled.
Yeah. Secret Invasion is Skrull stuff, right? That's what that is? Yeah. Like Skrulls pretending to be...
It should be.
People? Okay.
It should be.
I mean, Guardians is probably not going to include Doom, I wouldn't imagine.
Nope.
Echo? I don't know. Is Doom New York based or no?
No.
Well, I know he's in fucking Europe, but like does he also
New York based?
Yeah, so does he like split time? Like, does he like have a fucking lair in New York too, or no? I have no idea.
I mean, I feel like Echo is
he's got a timeshare he's got a timeshare in upstate New York. And
I feel like Echo is going to be pretty street level stuff, and we've already heard a lot about that show. I don't think that Doom fits into that show at all.
Loki, I mean, the fact that because Loki is going to deal with fucking different shit, anyone could show up.
My guess is Loki is going to deal a lot with Kang. When is that supposed to come out?
Summer 2023.
Loki season 2?
Loki season 2 is summer 2023.
And then Quantum Mania is what?
I think it's February of next year. I'm trying to find the date.
So it's likely that Loki will be like more Kang lead up.
Yeah.
Like, continuing the Kang story.
Yeah.
It seems like at this point there is multiple storylines happening inside each of these phases. It's the multiverse saga, but there's like a Kang story happening and a mutant story like slowly being dispersed, and I don't know, this thing with the fucking I don't know what the Eternals is going on there, but I guess
I forgot that was a thing. I forgot that was a thing.
So the
Eternals and Shang-Chi seem to be like there's like these artifacts being found on Earth. So like I don't know if like
and that would fall into Miss Marvel too, right? And the artifact is what makes her
likely.
So that would fall into the mutants thing too.
Could be.
Yeah. So the Eternals, they're dealing with Celestials, right?
Yes.
I think there's a run of comics right now that's called, I think it might just be called like the end of something.
I think the Eternals were fighting the Avengers recently, but I don't know if that's
So
still a
there
comic.
is a run of comics that has a name, but then it also says Avengers, Eternals, X-Men or Mutants, either X-Men or Mutants. And it seems like that is some sort of like cataclysmic event. Eternals, X-Men, Avengers comic. Judgment Day. So, I'm only bringing that up because I believe it's a current run of comics, but also the celestial part of the end of Eternals, didn't he take Cersei away, and didn't he say something like Judgment Day or like Judgment is coming or something? How the fuck did that movie end?
I mean,
I don't
it
know.
was what's his face, the judge, wasn't it?
I forget exactly what he said, but essentially he was like, "Hey, listen, you guys fucked over my plan. Or not plans. Like, hey, we had something in the works and you fucked it over. I'm gonna take you guys away and see if you truly made the right call."
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was phrased as. I don't know if he said like it's gonna be Judgment Day and then
Yeah.
he winked at the camera.
Was it
Like, hey,
was
you
it
guys talked about it.
was it Arishem that took her at the end? Because Arishem
Yeah.
is the judge.
Yeah. So maybe that's
That was the one they were talking to the entire time.
because then we also have whatever fucking Star
Yes,
Fox,
it was.
like whatever Star Fox's fucking reason is for showing up. Like we don't know what that's supposed to lead towards.
I'll be honest, I forgot he was there. I assumed that he was going to show up in Guardians. I guess that's unlikely at this point.
Yeah.
But
So I guess what I'm trying to think about in my head now is the Infinity Saga is clearly, just based on the information we just got about the Multiverse Saga, the Infinity Saga, how many years was that? 10 years? 12 years? Was it 15 years?
Closer to 10.
So
Iron Man was 2008,
11,
and then we just
19 was
so 11 years. Is that what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about an 11-year buildup where a lot of different things are going on, both like within the Marvel universe, but also just like I think being established outside before Marvel turned into the fucking juggernaut it is with the movies. The Multiverse Saga is happening seemingly quicker or in a shorter time span, right? It's 7 years, 6 years for this like turnaround for a quote unquote like saga main villain type thing.
They're also releasing more films a year, and now
and
we
TV
have
shows. That's
TV
true
as well.
So I'm wondering.
Yes, it's shorter time wise, but not necessarily project wise.
Okay, that makes sense. So what I'm thinking is, I'm wondering if.
Oh yeah, he was there, Mike.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if the plan with like the next couple of phases and or sagas is we're going to take some time establishing the current saga story / villain, but also slowly in the background build up the next saga's main arc / villain, which could be whatever the Eternals bullshit was. So like we're dealing with seemingly Kang first in a more immediate scenario, but in the background maybe we've been getting some Thanos style crumbs where it's like you get a post-credit scene, you get this little thing, this little nugget, and then it doesn't really come up again for a while, and you just think, okay, maybe they dropped that story beat, maybe it's not going anywhere, but then they pick it back up, subsequently further. That could be a potential thing to like not only help streamline future sagas, but also kind of like you have this not smaller, because clearly Kang is the focus of this saga in some way. You have this like current main plot, but the next main plot is building in very subtle but still visible ways in the MCU. And maybe that's the approach they're going to try to take.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
mean,
a fake
maybe.
Twitter account, Tom?
They have been posting stuff from the panel the entire time. So I don't know if that was mentioned, but another 8 projects.
That's absurd. But I
Like
mean,
like the all that Twitter account has been posting is stuff
legit
from the
stuff that
panel.
ends up
Like
being true. Yeah,
and they're posting pictures from the Wakanda Forever panel right now. So it's not like it's out of left field. Like they are just posting stuff.
interesting. Well, I feel like if we keep sitting here, we're gonna just keep getting more
But
information and more things to talk about. As
yeah,
literally as Dom is saying that.
yeah.
More
Apparently
stuff.
at the end of the Wakanda Forever trailer, they mentioned something about the Eternals coming back.
Oh, I don't think they're
Yeah, there you
dropping the
go.
Eternals. I mean, I know that that movie I don't think performed that well, right? Wasn't it like
I mean,
a poor performing film for them,
yeah, I think so.
relatively speaking to other Marvel movies?
Well, it's also tough because it came out during the pandemic,
That's also true. I
and it
I
also it wasn't very interesting.
I
So
mean, I didn't hate it. There were some things I liked about it. Dom could insert it's a love story there, but
yeah, well, I mean, also like yeah, there was some stuff that like was interesting in there. It was a fucking like 3 hour film.
yeah, it was fine.
There was like 10 minutes of it being interesting.
Yeah, it was fine. I the thing with the Eternals is like some of the other stuff that's been happening in the MCU currently. I have gotten past the I need everything to give me some sort of immediate connection and or payoff to some other Marvel entity. I've gotten away from that being what I need every time something is being released. But the Eternals is one of those things where it's like this is something that is clearly supposed to be introducing something to the MCU. If that doesn't get paid off at some point, then the Eternals movie to me was absolutely fucking pointless. Like there's no need for that movie if it doesn't at some point pay off in some way. But I'm wondering if the next 8 projects, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't know if that person has any information or if they're just going off the screenshot of the screen that shows phase. I don't know what phase they say. Oh, phase 6. Phase 6 has 8 empty spots with dates.
Oh yeah, summer 2025, summer 2025, spring 2025, spring 2025, winter 20. Yeah,
Yeah,
two, four,
so that's
six,
8.
8. Yep.
Yeah, and the only ones filled in are Fantastic and the 2 Avengers films. So yeah, there you go. There's 8 more things that need to get announced. Which again, with all those spaces, we're wondering about things like Mutants, X-Men. There's 8 spaces for that to happen. And if the Fantastic Four, I was, I guess, kind of spaced on dates.
Deadpool 3 is going to be one of those.
100%. And the fact that Fantastic Four is coming out before the 2 Avengers films is interesting to me. For some reason, when we initially said it, I, in my brain, put Fantastic Four after the Avengers movies.
Oh no, that's why I said I don't know what like. I think I said like, are they going to put the Fantastic Four in the Avengers?
Yeah.
That was my whole thing. Like, there's teams building. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like they have the ability to build a lot of, like you said, the Defenders and Thunderbolts is another team of heroes that are now in the MCU that are from other things, right?
quote unquote.
And then
Heroes.
Young Avengers is possible based on some of the hero introductions. So, I mean, there's definitely groups that can form within. I'd be curious to see
I wonder if there's a Spider-Man project in those 8.
Do we know information? Like, do you think it's possible that they're reworking Into the Spider-Verse 2 to have some sort of MCU connection, or Sony wants to keep that completely separate?
Probably wants to keep it separate.
I mean, we're fucking with the multiverse. They could literally do whatever the fuck they want. They teased Venom. Like, they could do whatever the fuck they want. Please don't bring Morbius here. Morbius 2, Morbin time, summer 2025. That's the movie that splits the Avengers movies.
Guys, right?
Yes. Anyways, fuck. There's a lot of good things on the way.
Oh, first trailer for Black Panther is out.
Hey,
Don't have a way to send. Here it is.
All right. Well, let's wrap things up so we can watch trailers and whatnot. What's in the box? If you're new to the show, if it's your first time listening to the show, first episode, welcome. Every episode we end with a game we like to call What's in the Box, a game where I pull 3 games off the back of my shelf. I read the back of the box. The panel has to guess what that game is based on the information I give them. The first one to get it right gets the point. The leaderboard for the year so far is Dom at 40 points, Todd at 31, Mike at 22, and a bunch of guest points. Another good week for Dom to pull his lead higher or Mike to catch up because Todd's not here and we got points on the board ready to get. Without further ado, game number 1. In the war to save blank, what part will you play? Unparalleled blank collaboration resulting in a true blank experience. Exclusive blank footage from the creators of the blank blank. Battle alongside the original blank blank cast.
I'll be honest, I was half paying attention because once again, I don't know what these guys are talking about, but it's wild.
They're trying to guess the game.
Trying to guess the game. I'm gonna, based off of like the very little to listen to, I'm gonna say Team NT Shredder's Revenge.
Incorrect. I'll read it again so you can try to pick it up. In the war to save blank, what part will you play? Unparalleled blank collaboration resulting in a true blank experience. Exclusive blank footage from the creators of the blank blank. Battle alongside the original blank blank cast.
Original blank blank cast. There.
You do need the full title of this game.
I am so sorry. The guy's going, come on, homies from the hood.
He's trying to get the game. He's trying to guess
it. He's psyching me out. He's fucking me up.
I can read again and start to fill in some words, but I think it's going to just be whoever can say it first if I do that.
Yeah, it probably is. I think there's enough there that any more information revealed from the blanks would just give it away outright.
I know Mike has at least played this game. I believe Dom has as well. But you are both definitely aware of this game. One and or both of you might actually own this game.
I don't own a lot of games. Is it Splatoon 2?
No. That would be a very bizarre back of the box for that game.
It would be.
No. Like the first line could maybe...
Is it Backyard Baseball?
No. I said you need the full title.
Right,
it's of course...
We listed the 2 games that I own. So I'm out of ideas.
In the war to save blank, what part will you play? Yeah, I can't. If I insert any of these omitted words, it will definitely just be who can say it quickly.
Is there anything about the game that you can reveal, such as console?
Sure. This was a multi-platform release that was available on the Xbox, PlayStation 2, and Nintendo GameCube. Probably also on PC.
Oh, it's Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
It is not.
You started saying like, "Oh shit, that is the one game that I owned."
I don't know. In the war, to save something, you have to choose a side. Didn't we talk about last
Yeah.
week? There was Um,
GameCube games I've played and potentially owned, but let's go with played. Um, it's funny. I'm gravitating towards a game that I know Bren doesn't really know that I've owned or played, so it wouldn't be that. And I also don't think it makes sense with a lot of the information given.
This game was
Can you?
rated. What? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. No, tell me what was rated first.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask for the middle, so not like the first line or the last line, but like the middle couple lines.
Exclusive blank footage from the creators of the blank blank.
exclusive blank footage.
This game is rated T for teen.
I'm confused why something before the word footage would need to be blanked out.
Is it fuck, why can't I remember the full title now?
I don't know, Mike. Why can't you?
I shit.
Is it
What is that full title?
is it Enter the Matrix?
It is indeed
That's what I was
Enter
looking for.
the Matrix. I knew Mike was trying to say it, and then Dom swooped in. You own this game, Mike.
Is it
I do own the game.
exclusive Matrix footage? Is that what the thing
Yeah.
is?
Exclusive film footage. I felt like if I alluded to it being a film property, it would have been too easy to get.
I kept saying the Matrix Unloaded, the Matrix Unleashed. I'm like, that's not right. What's the actual title of this game?
Yeah.
Well, when I started saying Enter the Matrix, I got scared that I was going to say I thought for a second I was saying the cartoon, which is just called the Animatrix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The point goes to Dom. Game number 2. In darkness, fight with blank. When the wife of the blank 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 name disappears on their vacation, his search turns up blank from a blank he doesn't even remember blank.
Is it Alan Wake?
It is Alan Wake. This was way too easy. I'm sorry. Mike gets the point. It's literally just a fucking plot synopsis. All right, Mike gets the point. All right, well, I'll update that after. Final game. Game number 3. Embrace your blank. In a future with blank blank outlawed, you must blank rebuild and customize the disbanded blank to stop blank. Then defend the Earth from escalating threats on an ongoing basis. I paused on Earth because it was a capital E, and when a proper noun shows up, I always freeze. And I was like, wait, can I say Earth?
Do they know what planet we live on?
Play an original blank story.
I missed all of
I
that.
like the username.
I found another tweet and I don't know about the validity of it, so
I like the person's username, that's all.
I didn't even look at the username. Oh, yes, I did.
Blank online in teams of up to 4 players.
Can you start from the beginning as if I didn't hear any of it?
Yes. Embrace your blank. In a future with blank blank outlawed, you must blank rebuild and customize the disbanded blank to stop blank. Then defend the Earth from escalating threats on an ongoing basis. Play an original blank story. Blank online in teams of up to 4 players.
blank online.
It
That's
makes me
an
think
interesting one.
that makes me think that the title of the game has is used as a verb almost.
Yeah.
Is it Splatoon 2?
No.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, I'm like flat online in teams of 4. Is it Splatoon 2? But I don't know what's outlawed in Splatoon.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think anything's outlawed.
So as you guys are figuring it out, do we one of the leaks is that one of these movies is called The Mutants. Do we really think they're gonna call the movie The Mutants and not The X-Men?
This is the second time I've seen something called The Mutants, and that was a different title card before.
My guess then is if they really do make a project called The Mutants, that it is gonna be not an origin story, but it's gonna basically be like, here are the people that are mutants in the MCU currently together, and this is gonna end with a tease for someone that is from the X-Men proper showing up, and then the next movie will be the X-Men.
Mike, I just sent you Multiverse's
X-Men.
list that isn't confirmed yet. So.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Defending from Earth, blanking in teams of 4 online.
What is a
I don't know, it sounds like it's a
co-op
spin-off game of some sort. Because it said, play your own blank story.
Yeah.
While you guys are figuring this out, Jesse just tweeted, Marvel is just saying a bunch of made-up words. In Phase 7, we will have Larry in the secret island of the 7 risottos, followed by Marvel's Flibbity Jibbity. We are also excited to announce Marvel and the Planet Smashers. We're not sure if this is a Disney Plus show or the ska band.
I mean, he's joking, but Planet Smasher sounds dope as hell. Like, for real, I grew up with that
What
shit.
if it's a Disney Plus show about a ska band?
You better pick up that beat you just dropped. Let's see. What if this is a game where what's outlawed? What can be outlawed? Dancing? Do you think dancing got outlawed? Is this
Footloose
dancing
game? It's Footloose, Mike. Dumbass.
I told you how I fucked up that game of Framed, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Footloose Baby's Revenge? It's a Footloose story?
How'd you know?
Elementary.
Defend Earth from something. Something gets
Space
banned.
Invaders.
Something gets banned, but now we have to defend Earth from it.
Yeah. Something gets banned. We have to work around the law, but also fight aliens. Well, not necessarily aliens. Something else from space. Space trash.
Embrace your blank. In a future with blank blank outlawed, you must blank, rebuild, and customize the disbanded blank to stop blank. Then defend the Earth from escalating threats on an ongoing basis. Play an original blank story, blank online, in teams of up to 4 players.
Is it Avengers?
It is indeed Avengers.
Sorry, the second time you said it, Mike, I was like, oh, the other word that this could be is avenge.
So embrace your powers. In a future with superheroes outlawed, you must reassemble the disbanded Avengers to stop AIM, play an original Avengers story, and then assemble online in team. I know if I said assemble, it would either of the uses of assemble would have been too much. So yes, Dom gets the point. That ends the week with Dom at 42, Mike at 23, and Todd in the middle with 31. Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode 325, I think. 325? Let's just double check that. Let's just, it takes 2 seconds. Maybe it takes 10 seconds. But, we're going to load that page up, and it's going to be 325 of the Pass Control podcast. Thank you all so much for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Follow us everywhere on social media at Pass Controller. Read and watch and listen to everything we do at passcontroller.io. You can follow me, MP Groom. You can follow Mike at _MikeOpath. And you can follow Dom at PTC _OneLittleSpark. And again, thank you all so much for listening. Make sure to shoot us all a follow. Make sure to keep it locked to what we got going on. And until next time.